Hey guys, Lord here, back again with another action figure review. And today we will unfortunately be wrapping up my looks at this current wave of Masterverse figures alone tier, because this wave was, like I said before, oops, all bangers, because today I'm going to be taking a look at the new Etheria Mosquitor, or Mosquitor. Seriously, has any of you guys out there heard about that yet? I'm sure somebody will. Somebody! I've gotten comments about my fingernail length before. I'm surprised I haven't gotten some shit in the comments over something else that's stupid and irrelevant to the current situation. Either way, today we're going to be taking a look at Mosquitor, brought to us by the fine folks over at Mattel. And I gotta tell you, as much as I like Mantenna, this guy is a close second in this wave. This is a really, really solid figure, and gives me hope for the Evil Horde in general. Like, the Evil Horde always seems to get better figures. Classics, Origins, now Masterverse. Dragstore and Despire are going to be in the next wave. Hopefully those are as good as Mosquitor and Mantenna. Hordak was in the last wave. He was really good, albeit you had to be careful with the arms. You had to heat those up and work them gingerly. Hopefully we get a really sick Leech and Grizzlor to go with these guys. I would be happy with that myself, but I would like to see them go the whole 9 yards and give us a Modulock in Masterverse, or a Multibot, but time will tell, I guess. So, with that being said, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review. Take a look, see at all Mosquitor has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with an alt chest plate. Mine is a Nick right there. Ain't that some shiznit. Either way, he's got an alt chest plate, which I'm assuming is supposed to look like different kind of blood than that one, but I don't know. I don't really feel the need to swap that out. We also get his blaster, which feels like a full-blown friggin' rifle this time. Holy crap. And for the blaster, we do get a couple of add-on pieces. We get this kind of hooked piece. And we get this piece here. I can also plug in the end of it, make it almost like a whip. And for those of you who think I'm going to make suction noises when this piece is on screen, you are sorely mistaken, because homie don't play like that. That said, this tube was also separate in the box. You had to plug that in yourself. I'm assuming it's just reused from Snout Spout. But then we have his regular nose, which you can detach and also attach to the blaster, like so. Which is all fine and dandy. But you can also attach these other nose pieces, like this weird sucker bendy straw thing. Once again, I'm not going to be making no suction noises. This isn't that kind of show. And then we also have this crooked one, which I like this one, I think, on his noggin there. I don't know, something about him having a crooked nose with a serrated blade, it just makes him different. And then, like Mantenna, he's got the eyeballs going on. The big, bulged eyeballs. That looks really cool. He's got these spiky pauldrons you can slip out of the armor. And he's got wings that I can assume you could pop out the back, but I'm not going to do that. But as far as his articulation goes, his head can look side to side. Can't look up very high, but he can look down like really well, so there is that. His shoulders can move forward and back. Unlike Anti-Eternia He-Man, not quite as tight. They can move out to the side this far. With that pauldron in play anyways. He does have a bicep swivel. He's got double jointed elbows, which, like Anti-Eternia He-Man, I had to heat them up. They were way too tight for me, so I heated those up. You can crunch them up just fine. He's got wrist swivel and a hinge. Not the appropriate hinge for holding stuff, though, just like Mantenna before him. I will say this elbow of the two I think is the tightest. It seems to want to work now, so there is that. Again, you can crunch that up. But Word to the wise, heat up your shit if it doesn't move, so that way you don't break it. Don't come crying to me when you do, because I can't help you, sir. This diaphragm joint, we'll move that far back, that far forward. It does rotate as well as tilt a little bit. Waist cut is fine. Popping the shoulders out. His hips will kick forward and back, out, back down. He does have the drop downs. Boop. Boop. He's got a thigh cut. He's got double jointed knee, which on mine was pretty tight on this one side. Let's see if I can get that to work. There we go. There. Still pretty tight, but not as tight as when I first opened him. He's got a boot cut. It's not very tight on either side, especially when you're trying to bend his frickin' knees, but it does work. And then he does have a hinge in the foot. Which on this side is nice and tight with a rocker. On this side, it's a little bit soft for me. That's what she said. But he can stand. He's got big old clomper feet. He'll be able to stand. With or without the tightest ankles in the world. But that is Mosquitor. He is cool. He is Pixel Dan's favorite character. Who really fucking cares? And then he also has, of course, hinges in the wings. You can move them up and down, in and out, like so. And that's your lot for good old Mosquitor. That said, we give him his blaster here. I am like low-key tempted to try and pose him like a stormtrooper holding this thing, but I know it probably wouldn't go well. We'll lean him back here. There we go. Turn his noggin there. There we go. And there he is, ready to rock. Solid figure. Again. But I don't think I like him as much as Mantenna. But I do like him quite a bit. He's probably top 5 at least. Him, Hordak, Mantenna, Ninjor. Terraclaw Skeletor was pretty sick. Like, they made him more like Terraclaw from, or Fear Ripper, excuse me, from good old Bakugan. Going back to pronouncing things wrong to see if I get a rise out of somebody. But, yeah, I really like what Masterverse is doing. And I heard a rumor that it's coming to an end, man. And that's just bogus. Like, if anything should come to an end, it's flipping Origins. I think people have had it up to the moon with Origins taking their sweet-ass time to finish the vintage line. But whatever, I guess. People keep buying them. You know, suckers like me. I guess they're going to keep making them. But then again, Masterverse has a lot of sellouts. Anti-Eternia He-Man sold out. And then the last wave, Cobra Khan, sold out. I guess She-Ra sold out in the wave before that, but she went back up. So, you know, keep that in mind, Mattel. Certain things sell out, and certain things don't come back. So, with that being said, it's time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Mosquitor. I'm not going to say his name wrong again, just yet. But we also have the other figures available in this current wave of Masterverse releases. We have his Horde teammate, Mantenna, who's still my favorite, I think. I like Mosquitor a lot, but I think Mantenna takes it for this wave. But then we also have Anti-Eternia He-Man from New Eternia, which I said yesterday just seems kind of redundant. But at any rate, it's funny that Anti-Eternia He-Man is like the weak sauce of the wave because it's still freaking Anti-Eternia He-Man. So you know, when he's the weakest link, you got a really solid wave. I mean, really. So, getting these two out of the way, I still can't believe how big this Mantenna is. He's so, like, daft and in your face. But bringing in our two regulars, we have the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith. Not for nothing, I'm curious how 4 Horsemen would tackle a Mosquitor. Whoop! In Cosmic Legions, because they don't have a mosquito head yet, but they do have some really cool wings they could use. Or maybe they give them the spider legs like the Classics one. But we also have the infamous Element Spawn, who is a little shorter than good old Mosquitor here. I was not expecting that. I thought they were going to be about the same. But I'll be damned. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and while I might not enjoy him quite as much as his Horde teammate Mantenna, I am still going to say that good old Mosquitor, or Mosquitor if you're like me and want to piss someone off in the comments, is a really solid addition to what is shaping up to be one of the more interesting and dynamic Evil Horde collections in the history of Masters of the Universe. I think these new Etheria Evil Horde members are going to be something special and or sought after when all is said and done. I just hope we get the whole team and we don't get screwed over and are lacking a Grizzlor, a Leech, and if they want to go the whole 9 yards, Modulok and Multibot. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.